Maybe some of my subscribers are on that plane. By the time you're watching this video, some of my subscribers might be in Washington, D.C. now, shaking hands with Donald Trump. Who knows? One of those 49 could subscribe to my channel. Americans don't know what you're saying when you say water. Ne? You say water. Americans don't say the T in water. And you say the R in water. It's going to be rough, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the OnTheContrary podcast.
Am I allowed to swear there?
In Sweden.
Yeah, I know we said let's not blame the government.
It's just sad when we start them becoming indoctrinated.
Your view on me. Hi guys, it's Emilio Tobias here. I'm back with another video. This is the OnTheContrary podcast with Emilio Tobias, and we're here to discuss things in other ways, without anger, without without things, man. Let's just discuss stuff. We don't have to be angry. We can disagree with stuff without anger. It allows us to speak about it. It allows us to process it. And in today's video, I want to speak about maybe some of my subscribers are on that plane. By the time you're watching this video, some of my subscribers might be in Washington, D.C. now, shaking hands with Donald Trump. Who knows? One of those 49 could subscribe to my channel. I've done Afrikaner content. I've done content on Antwoords. I've done content on Donald Trump. So they might have seen my videos. They might see this video. And I want to say a lot of us at this point, maybe we had some anxiety in February and March when we didn't know what this, that, or the other meant. But things are going better now. We might have a budget soon. So we're not really angry anymore. We are not angry at the 49 people that have left South Africa to America. And we are not angry at any of the other ones who are still going. And apparently the court is open to everyone except black people. Nah. So now apparently it's all minorities. They didn't say which minorities, but they said all. Maybe it's colored people, Indian people. But what if you feel persecuted as a petty person? What if you feel persecuted as a Tsonga person? Or Zulus are the only real majority in South Africa. So maybe it's everyone except Zulus. Maybe it's everyone except black people. But anyway, we're not angry. In fact, and I mean this sincerely, very happy for them. Not even in a sarcastic manner. Here's why I say so. Here's why I say so. If you are able to move to America and decide within 2 months, you've either always wanted to go and found a gap, and all you had to do was just to say in your affidavit that you feel persecuted, or someone has broken into your house before, or Julius Malema's is singing Kill the Boer. That's all you really had to do. One little exaggeration, yeah, and like I have Zimbabwean friends. I've had a Zimbabwean helper. She'll tell you, bruh, if you want refugee status, don't tell them about poverty. Don't tell them about crime. Tell them someone from ZANU-PF wants to take you out. Tell them someone from EFF wants to take you out. That qualifies you as religious, ethnical, or religious, ethnic, or political persecution. That qualifies on the thing. So that's the only thing we're gonna have a problem with. But, bro, let's accept, bro, America. A lot of us would like to go to America. Me personally, I don't want to live in America. I would like to visit and whatever. But a lot of people want to go there, find opportunities. You can have 3-4 jobs. You can work hard. They might definitely do better there financially, earning in dollars, taking their children there. It's nice times, man. It's nice times. America is not a rough place. I'm not saying South Africa is a rough place, but like, guys, let's at least be happy for them. Unfortunately, the things that we do believe that they're going to struggle with. If you were fighting with Bella, ne? If you were fighting with the Bella Bill because you felt that they wanted to remove or affect Afrikaans culture or the Afrikaans language in schools, yo, Bella Bill is not even a question in America. You're going to have to homeschool your children in Afrikaans, but then also, what's the use of the Afrikaans now? Because the English is also not going to come out the way we meant to. Americans don't know what you're saying when you say water. Ne? You say water. Americans don't say the T in water, and you say the R in water. It's going to be rough, my dog. It's going to be rough. And I don't know if they're going to do like the Amish. We've heard about the Amish. Ne? Amish have like these small towns that they run, and they kind of left alone. They just check them now and then. They're not doing anything wrong. But the Amish have these small communities they live in. If they do that for Afrikaners in America, oh, Amish have Oranians there. If you can do an Orania in America, guys, we're about solutions. We're not here to persecute these people anymore. Solutions. Here's the solution. Orania. Take the Orania guys with, just to start it off. They must give you a nice plot there. We do a nice Orania there. Then you can preserve the Afrikaans culture in your enclave. Enclave is enclave. On base level, is it a bad word? Does it have bad connotations? You do Afrikaans colony in America, and then you do your things there. You have like nice farmland, do your own things there, and then they'll stay with each other. That's nice. That's nice. Let's talk about the other end of this thing now. Because we do believe that, unfortunately, we're happy for you going, because you may have a better life where you're going. And it's going to be nice to go to a place where you feel happy with the surroundings. We understand you might not be comfortable being led by black people, being around so many black people. So for black people, it's also it's not nice to be around people that don't like being around them. So if you need to go to a place where you are comfortable. I mean that sincerely. Everything I'm saying is sincere. Go in peace and enjoy. Don't worry about what people say. We're going to just carry on with our things here. It's obvious to many, because these stories go hand in hand. It's very rarely mentioned in American media. Very rarely. But it's quite obvious that they are being used as pawns in the Israel-Hamas situation and in pressuring South Africa to drop the case against Israel. Because now Benjamin is in a live arrest warrant, as well as some leaders of Hamas, which may have been killed already. Benjamin has an arrest warrant, similar to Putin having an arrest warrant for Ukraine. But anyway, let's see what Trump said about South Africa. Let's see what Trump said about South Africa. And then we still need to fix that. Trump, South Africa.
I want to ask you about South African refugees. Dozens of Afrikaners who claim discrimination in their home country are heading to the United States, where your administration is going to welcome them as refugees. Now, this comes as you've halted virtually all refugee admissions for people fleeing famine and war. from countries like Sudan and the Democratic Republic of Congo, why are you creating an expedited path into the country for Afrikaners but not others?
Because they're being killed, and we don't want to see people be killed. Now, South Africa leadership is coming to see me, I understand, sometime next week. And, we're supposed to have I guess a G20 meeting there or something, but we're having a G20 meeting. I don't know how we can go unless that situation's taken care of, but it's a genocide that's taking place that you people don't want to write about, but it's a terrible thing that's taking place, and farmers are being killed. They happen to be white, but whether they're white or black makes no difference to me, but white farmers are being brutally killed, and their land is being confiscated in South Africa. And the newspapers and the media, television media, doesn't even talk about it. If it were the other way around, they'd talk about it. That would be the only story they'd talk about. And I don't care who they are. I don't care about their race, their color. I don't care about their height, their weight. I don't care about anything. I just know that what's happening is terrible. I have people that live in South Africa. They say it's a terrible situation taking place. So we've essentially extended citizenship to those people and to escape from that violence and come here. Yeah.
Please. Mr. President, thank you. Are you letting China off the hook?
So one person asked a question, he answered, and the rest of the media just carried on. So I agree that the media, American media, is not talking enough about this thing. But then again, South Africa is a very small factor in the running of America, when America is a very big factor in the running of South Africa. Nah. I hope that makes sense. But here we go. For the first time, we have Trump saying it's a genocide. When towards every forum, and all of them have already said, yo, we never said genocide. And we said to them, y'all are, even if now you're going to say, no, we never said it's a genocide. Even now you're going to say that. You did say it's a genocide. Even now you're going to deny that you said it was a genocide. You have at least strategically worded things so that it sounds like a genocide. Now, me, I'm not a Trump hater. In fact, I like almost most of the way of Trump's doing things. I just don't like how he's handling South Africa and Israel and Palestine, which happen to be the only two things I disagree with for now. You can bring up something else and we'll talk about it openly. But Trump believes it's a genocide. And the funny thing is, you can, with the little evidence, let's not say there's no evidence. There is little evidence where if someone was saying these things, it would make you want to look, what's happening in South Africa? There is a little bit of a, is there a genocide? The question is worth asking. Let me give that in good faith. The question is worth asking. Is there a genocide in South Africa? But Trump and whoever else is willing to call what's happening in South Africa a genocide so easily. But it's so hard to call what's happening in Gaza genocide with the amount of evidence that's there. If you can say there's a genocide in South Africa, you should way easier be able to say there's a genocide in Gaza. Ne? Now, Trump believes a genocide. Who's going to correct him? I'm happy. It seems like the Jonas crew is going to go there and speak. But I am fearful of how politicians are going to want to speak about this thing. Because politicians use keywords, use certain words that trigger you, that says, this is a politician, I don't want to hear it. You know, there's a politician, I don't want, it will sound like you're lying already when you use these specific keywords. I just hope that they come in and speak to Trump like a human being. Don't speak to him like he's ignorant, which he is about this thing, or he's misinformed. Just go there with simple facts and Say the things even if it looks like it's against your favor. Put everything on the table. But the most important thing is it's not a genocide. There's nothing that suggests, or when you look at everything, there's nothing that says it should be considered a genocide. So just be on that level. But I'm happy. I think it's getting through to him that these guys are exaggerating. Because if you check what Cyril said, ne. Let's go to Cyril. Cyril and Donald had a conversation about this very thing. And I hope Cyril and him get to meet soon, but it just seems like it's going to be maybe see Jonas. Let's go.
President Cyril Ramaphosa says that his administration will continue to push for transformation in the country. Speaking at the Africa CEO Forum in Abidjan in Côte d'Ivoire, Ramaphosa said that the 49 white Afrikaners who left for the United States are not facing persecution in South Africa. Trump's administration is offering refugee programs to some white South Africans that it claims face discrimination.
We've raised our own concern because those people who are being enticed to go to the United States do not fit the definition of a refugee. A refugee is someone who has to leave their country out of fear of political persecution, religious persecution. They don't fit that bill. They don't fit that description. And I had a conversation with President Trump on the phone, and he said, what's happening down there? And I said, President, what you've been told by those people who are opposed to transformation back home in South Africa is not true. And I added to him, I said, we were well taught by Nelson Mandela and other iconic leaders like Oliver Tambo on how to continue to build a united nation out of the diverse groupings that we have in South Africa. We're the only country on the continent where the colonizers came to stay, and we have never driven them out of our country. So they are staying, and they're making great progress. It's a fringe grouping that does not have a lot of support, that is anti-transformation and anti-change, that would actually prefer to see South Africa going back to apartheid type of policies.
I think we have it under control a little bit. We do. I think it's under control. That's how we're like, ish, man. You guys had us there. You guys shook up the country a little bit. We know you don't want to be here. We know you're not. Never mind that you're not happy with what's happening in the country. All of us are not happy. But what every forum and solidarity and Ansrootsen and have done, man, is crazy. But it's fine. I think it will make Cyril and Donald Trump tighter. And it's both of their last terms, eh? It's both of their last terms. Cyril's going to be president if ANC doesn't do what they do. Cyril's going to be president for 1 year longer than Trump. So Cyril will see the next American president. Wow. But it's nice. It's good times. They're going to speak. They're going to move forward. And these guys just must not disappoint us with speaking like American Democrats, because American Democrats are part of the reason why this thing has gone like this. Because they've made the world think that we all think like that, and we all I don't even know. But anyway, very happy for the people who are leaving. Because, I mean, like, if you were the first ones to leave, the other ones are still like, no, we can't leave now. We just need to sort out a few things. We can leave in 3 weeks, we can leave in a month. Those ones are fine, bro. If you can leave in a month, you don't fear for your life, bro. If you don't leave now, you don't fear for your life. These ones that left first, I can believe them. Either they really fear for their life, or they didn't have much, and they've been blaming their lack of assets or their lack of success purely on the doorsteps of ANC. Like they're not supposed to struggle. Like they're not supposed to have debt. Like they're not supposed to wonder where the next meal is coming from, like the rest of us. Their poverty is beneath them. So go to America, go add to the economy, go and be helpful members of society there, and all the best. And I promise you, I'm being sincere. But thank you guys for watching. They're in America. Let's do the things. Even if you're watching and you're one of the refugees, we appreciate you. It was a good time. Let's meet Christmas. We'll do Zooms. Don't think you're allowed to come here. But you're welcome back anytime. But then you won't be allowed to go back to America. But subscribe. Tell your new American friends about the channel. This is On The Contrary with Emilio Tobias. Like, comment, share. Love you. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the OnTheContrary podcast.
Am I allowed to swear here?
In Sweden.
Yeah, I know we said let's not blame the government.
It's just sad when we start them
No, but-
becoming indoctrinated. Your view on me.